store.
Yep.
Oops, sorry. Excuse me. All right.
All right, thank you everybody for your patience in waiting for us while we were in executive session. I really appreciate it. I know you all have places to be. So my first order of business after this executive session and as the chairman of this board is to speak to our legal counsel and our public relations coordinator. It has come to my attention that our legal counsel has been coordinating with the attorney for the bondholders. I will remind legal counsel that we are the corporation and we are the client. And as chair, I instruct you not to have any contact with the bondholders or their attorney without my approval or my presence. Is that understood? Similarly, it has come to my attention that our public relations consultant, Chris Hunter, has been drafting media statements with the bondholders' attorney and Pannone Lopes with no involvement or approval from this board. That is unacceptable, and I am instructing you that I, as chair, must be involved in all communications with the media and drafting of all statements, that bondholders and their lawyer are not to be involved without my consent. Moving on, let's read the next agenda item. Do I have a motion to move back into open session? Do I have a second? All in favor? No objections. And then do I have a motion to seal the minutes from the executive session? Mr. Arboleda, do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Alright, the minutes from the executive session are now sealed. Alright, so moving back into open session. The next agenda item is new business, the consideration and or motion regarding the modification of intergovernmental agreement with the U.S. Department of Justice, United States Marshals Service, to add the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement as an authorized rider on the current IGA in support of the Southwest Border Zero Tolerance Initiative signed by the warden and dated January 9th of 2019. So, to shed a little light on what this means for the people who are here tonight, this agenda item is about a 2-page agreement which essentially allowed ICE to come into the Wild Detention Facility. Let me first start by saying that this board has the authority to enter into and terminate all contracts pursuant to our enabling statute in the Rhode Island General Laws, Chapter 45, Section 54-, Chapter 45-4-6, Section 14. This contract before us, a modification of our agreement with the U.S. Marshals Service to include a rider to provide up to 225 beds for Operation Southwest Border Zero Tolerance Initiative, was never vetted or approved by this board, and we will vet it now. Based on the investigations that I and the other members of this board have conducted, I would like to put the following findings of fact on the record. Despite the protests and counter-protests and letters back and forth between the bondholders and the city, I want to be very clear about something. This board is an independent governing body of this corporation. Pursuant to Rhode Island General Laws 45-4-5(c), this board, as the oath we just took, is required to support the Constitution and laws of the state and the Constitution of the United States. And the Constitution gives citizens, residents, and asylum seekers alike basic due process rights that are incumbent on us to support due process amongst other important legal rights. As we know, the last time that our corporation had immigrant detainees, a detainee, Jason Ng, died as a result of negligent medical care. Since then, effective on March 10th, we have been holding immigrant detainees once again. However, there are currently no rules and regulations in place that ensure the basic due process rights, human rights, and human dignity for our immigrant detainees so that another immigrant death will not happen again. This board has been provided no proof that Rhode Island-based pro bono legal services have been provided and or are available to these detainees. This board has been provided no proof that Rhode Island-based mental health services have been provided and or are available to these detainees. This board has been provided no proof that Rhode Island-based medical care and physical examinations have been provided and or are available to these detainees, nor have we been provided any proof that Rhode Island-based religious liberties and religious services have been provided or are available to these detainees. This board has been provided no proof that Rhode Island-based interpreting, translating, and counseling services have been provided and or are available to these detainees. Finally, it has come to this board's attention that many of the detainees currently being held appear to be under the age of 18. This board has been provided no proof that this facility has an age verification process in place to ensure that the detainees are being provided their adequate legal rights depending on their age. I would also like to put into the record the fact that our corporation has received an approximately $2.5 million annual increase in revenue from the U.S. Marshal Service, and as such, a temporary suspension with ICE will not be a financial detriment to the corporation, especially in light of our duties to uphold constitutional due process rights. As a result of all of these factors, I will ask the board whether they have a motion in response to these findings of fact.
I would like to make a motion to, 1, immediately and temporarily suspend the 2-page modification of the intergovernmental agreement with the U.S. Marshal Service regarding ICE's Southwest Border Zero Tolerance Initiative for a period of 90 days. 2, require that the warden arrange for the ICE detainees in our facility to be returned to the custody of ICE and the U.S. Marshal Service within 7 days' time. 3, require that the warden and the corporation's legal counsel draft rules and regulations in accordance with Chapter 45-54-6, Sections 20 and 26, to adequately and to this board's satisfaction ensure the proper treatment and due process rights to ICE detainees and to present said rules and regulations at our board meeting in the month of July. And 4, that the 90-day suspension shall be automatically extended until such time as this board votes to approve said rules and regulations.
Is there a second? Is there any discussion? All those in favor vote yes. Aye. All those opposed vote no. The vote tally is 4 yes and 0 no. The motion is approved. Is there a motion to adjourn? Mr. Arboleda, does anybody second? Mr. Verduga? All in favor? Aye. And we stand adjourned at 7:17 p.m. Thank you everybody for your patience.